just me.
Acting U.S. Attorney Nancy Larson.
In crude words, he expressed his hatred for the federal government.
CBS's Omar Villafranca reports there are still many unanswered questions.
But the question is why? What led to this shooting to come up here in Dallas right off I-35 and shoot into a van?
A detainee in that van was killed. 2 others were wounded. No ICE agents were injured. President Trump today insisted the Democrats will be to blame for a government shutdown next week. And Ed O'Keefe reports the White House Budget Office has upped the consequences.
What they're now instructing the agencies to do is look at all those non-essential personnel and say, who of those could you lay off permanently? No president's done it like that before, so this is an escalation, at least, of the political battle. There are big questions about the legality of what the president's doing, since it is Congress that authorizes all of those non-essential programs.
In the past, non-essential federal workers were furloughed during shutdowns, but then returned to their jobs afterwards. CBS News has learned federal prosecutors are close to making a decision on whether to seek an indictment against former FBI Director James Comey. Stacey Lynn reports.
Comey's a bad person.
President Trump has long clashed with the former FBI director who he fired during his first term.
He did terrible things at the FBI.
He's been urging federal prosecutors to charge Comey with lying to Congress.
I stand by what the testimony.
And with the statute of limitations running out on Tuesday, it appears the DOJ is preparing to ask a grand jury to indict him. Mr. Trump says he's not sure what's going to happen, but
they're going to make a determination. I'm not making that determination. I think I'd be allowed to get involved if I want, but I don't really choose to do so.
Stacey Lynn, CBS News, Washington.
Trump is expected to sign an executive order soon on Tik Tok's ownership. Natalie Brand has details.
It will be a group of American investors that will have a stake now in Tik Tok, and it will be tech giant Oracle, according to the White House, that will provide the security, host the American user data, and also review the app's code and really popular, valuable algorithm.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has called an unusual meeting of senior military leaders next week. It isn't clear why. They'll be gathering at the Quantico military base in Virginia. On Wall Street today, stocks are lower again. The Nasdaq is off by 118 points. The Dow Jones Industrial's down by nearly 180. This is CBS News.
Are you looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
What it was like to hold Cal Raleigh's 60th home run ball. The story coming up after Nate Connors at the traffic desk.
All right, this report brought to you by Lake Washington Windows and Doors. In Pacific, we're dealing with that long-term lane restrictions. Northbound 167 near Ellingson Road. This will be with us for a while. You're down to 1 lane, and you're in a 3-mile backup into Sumner. It's going to take you about 20 minutes to clear this. Some drivers are hopping over to I-5 to avoid the Valley Freeway backup. So North 5 is crowded between the Fife Curve and State Route 18. Tacoma to Federal Way has about a 10-minute delay. Southbound 167 at State Route 18, we've got a new crash. Looks like it's in your left lane. South 5 beginning to fill in at the JBLM main gate a little bit. Tacoma to Olympia is at 40 minutes. North 405 through Renton is slow from the Valley Freeway up to the VMAC. Linwood to Seattle, 20 minutes. Mercer Island, our backup eastbound 90 has dwindled down between Island Crest Way and the East Channel Bridge. And Montlake Boulevard is packed southbound from University Village across the Montlake Bridge. Lake Washington Windows Autumn Savings Event is on now. Save $500 per window, $1,000 per door. Plus enjoy 0 payments, 0 interest for 12 months. Details at lakewashingtonwindows.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. It is the home run everyone is talking about today.
There it is, number 60, the modern-day Bambino.
Cal Raleigh's 60th homer landed in the right field stands, right where Galen Ruelos was sitting. The man who caught it gave it to Galen's son.
You know, he's a 12-year-old sixth grader, student at St. Anthony's, and just overcome with emotion. He starts bawling.
Ruelos telling KIRO News Radio's G and Ursula.
He whispered to me and said, like, Dad, because it's Cal, I want him to have it. You know, he was never like, oh, we're going to keep it for, like, money. That wasn't even a thought.
In exchange, the Mariners offered him a signed Cal Raleigh bat. Galen says he saw his boy hugging it tightly this morning. Tonight, the M's have a chance to clinch a first-round bye with a win over the Rockies. We have a not-so-good update now from WashDOT on that 167 bridge strike in Pacific. One of the bridge girders needs to be replaced. It'll be at least a couple months before all lanes can reopen. We don't know yet if or when a second lane might reopen. Starbucks is laying off 900 corporate workers and closing hundreds of stores. That includes their reserve roasteries on both Capitol Hill and Soto. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey spoke with employees who just lost their jobs.
Teresa Meeker is here from San Diego on her honeymoon. She's also a huge fan of Starbucks coffee and was shocked to see the Capitol Hill Roastery boarded up.
This is ultimately disappointing. I have yet to have a cup of Starbucks, and we've been here for 3 days. Every location we've been to, we've had a problem. And it's super unfortunate that they would do that to their employees after many years of service, I'm sure.
Starbucks says the closure is part of a $1 billion restructuring plan across North America. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Seahawks are in Arizona tonight, so looking for their third straight win. Kickoff is at 5:15. Pre-game coverage starting at 2, right here on KIRO News Radio. Weather now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Partly cloudy skies today, highs in the mid-60s. Right now 61 in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News. It's the all-new Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio.
Welcome to the show. Happy Thursday, September 25th. Jake Skorheim here. Spike O'Neill there.
Hey, buddy.
Welcome to the show. Listen, we got to start with Mariners stuff. Everybody's very excited about it. It was quite a night last night. We even have one of our producers here was actually at the game. Paul Holden was at the game last night. We've got some video we're going to show you in just a second. Tons of stuff to get to today. We got a guest coming in later from Seattle University. Who's teaching a class that's kind of controversial, but we thought it'd be interesting to get him on the show and talk about it. Jason Rance is going to join us because people are harassing signature gatherers out there. It's just
never right.
Jam-packed.
It's never appropriate. Let's do this. What a show.
Let's do the show, but we got to start with Mariners because that's what everybody's talking about. Last night, the Mariners had the opportunity to wrap things up in the AL West. Paul Holden, welcome to the show.
Hello. So happy to be here. So excited to be here as well, as it has been, what a couple of days for Mariners fans,
days,
of course.
Weeks. Yeah. Well, I also want to ask. I asked Aaron Granillo, who's just chomping at the bit to talk about Mariners, to stick around as well. He just called them the team of destiny off the air. We were just talking a second ago. He said,
feels like a
team of
season
destiny.
Feels like it's Cal Raleigh's season of destiny.
It does.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with the Cal Raleigh because that was just this amazing moment that if you were, you could not have scripted it. Aaron and I were talking off the air. It does feel like a movie, doesn't
Amazing.
it?
They're chanting MVP. Paul, you're there.
Tell us about it, Paul.
Yeah.
What happened?
There is nothing like playoff atmosphere in baseball. I've now watched the Mariners clinch 2 nights in a row. I was at the ballpark for Tuesday night's game and for Wednesday's night game watching them clinch. If you're watching on YouTube, I am wearing the wrong hat for the conversation.
You grew up a Rockies fan. That's probably why you went to
diehard Rockies fan. Yeah, I'm
That's how he had tickets to all 3 games of this series was going to wear purple in the seats.
He's a glutton for punishment.
Exactly. Yeah, and what actually this reminds me of is this reminds me of the Rockies run in 2007. The Rockies won 15 of 16 games to make the wild card to then eventually sweep their way to the World Series. A playoff run, a deep playoff run, will stick with Mariners fans and everyone for their life. I remember where I was, our teachers let us watch the games during class.
Yeah.
Everyone was, and that you can feel that right now, right here going on.
That was
in
the
city.
same. Spike and I were talking about this yesterday. For me as a kid, I was 11 years old, 12 years old maybe during the 95 run. That just the slide into home and Spike, were you at the game?
I was at the games in 95. I had press credentials in 95.
Nice.
So I was at every one of those moments. But when I was a kid, and to Paul's point, I was in Baltimore and what, 7, 8, and 9, 6, 7, and 8. The Orioles went to 3 straight World Series. And the teachers let us watch the games in class. I will never forget that feeling of a city wrapped up in the months long, sometimes, this time weeks long, pursuit of a pennant race.
Mariners fans have been locked in since the trade deadline. They asked their team to do something differently at the trade deadline. The Mariners have done it. Their additions have added, and that led into the vibes of the ballpark the last two nights. And again, hey, I was rooting for the Rockies. Of course, still rooting for the Mariners as well.
Wait,
but
are you rooting for the Rockies?
Oh yeah,
get out of here.
We could afford to lose one here. Only because we could afford to lose one.
It was hilarious yesterday. The Rockies being no hit, and they give up the one home run, and everyone. I'm probably one of three people standing up for the Mariners for the Rockies home run, and my wife's like, "Sit down, you're gonna get us."
Let me ask you a question real fast. As a person who is there rooting. I guess you're rooting against the Mariners. Is it fair to say?
I wasn't
you're not rooting
necessarily...
against. You're rooting for the Rockies,
right.
but not against the Mariners.
Yeah, it was amazing to see what I saw.
5 home runs. How bad did that hurt us?
I mean, there's nothing new this season, but that's a great point. So we got in. I mean, it was tough getting into the gates. I mean, if you ever not, and I'm going to say, if you're bringing your dogs, you're going to the Dodgers, you need to get there and get in line early.
Or if Bark in the Park.
Well, any night. I mean, it's been so packed around the ballpark. If you want to be there for first pitch, if you want to see Cal Raleigh's, first at bat or something, make sure you're there on time because the lines to get in were crazy.
Except if you're Laura.
Don't be me. I miss it every time.
Laura's convinced that's why he keeps homering on his first at bat of the game.
Yeah, it's because
she hasn't seen one of them.
Because I'm consistently 10 to 15 minutes late to each game. Yeah.
I totally feel that. But so we're getting into the park, and you hear Cal's, and you hear the and people start sprinting
so
up.
They can see it.
Yes, and then a couple minutes later you hear it go because Julio hits the back-to-back, and another whole wave of people are sprinting, and then it all leads up into the 8th inning. Cal Raleigh's hit that, and 40,000 strong on their feet chanting MVP. And the first pitch he sees in that bat,
this gives me chills.
Just crushes it.
This is unbelievable.
It's those moments. It was insane.
Aaron, go ahead.
I was going to say, it makes you want to be a Mariner fan, doesn't it, Paul?
Oh, trust me, I've been on the bandwagon. Yeah. I've been here. I'm definitely there. But sports fans got to stay alive.
So just to set up, this is the first homer. So this is the 59th home run.
No, this one. You got it right here. Okay, gotcha.
And then if you guys want to, I'm going to give you an opportunity. Get on YouTube. You can see from Paul's perspective. You're filming. You're watching.
We'll take you into the stands.
Yep.
But this is your phone that we're going to show in just a second of watching the crowd standing up, screaming MVP.
That's for copyright comments.
Yes.
We got to be.
So go to YouTube right now. Watch this on YouTube. Search KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM. All right. So this is his first homer of the game. This is number 59, and this is what it sounded like. And fans are just expecting this now.
Now the windup in the 1-1, swinging a drive, deep to right field. Holy smokes, where is this going to land? Upper deck, right field. Number 59 for Cal Raleigh. He has just tied Babe Ruth for the most home runs in a single season in American League history. And that, you talk about a no-doubter, over the Hit It Here Cafe into the upper tank in right field. A historic home run for Cal Raleigh in his historic season here in 2025. Cal Raleigh, 59 home runs on the year, gets the Trident and a standing O from the crowd here at T-Mobile Park. And the Mariners lead the Rockies 1-0. The storybook season continues for Cal Raleigh.
All right, so that's how we start off. So by the time the 8th inning hits, they're already well ahead. It's 8-1, I think, at that time.
Yeah, something like that.
Are there any Rockies fans left? I mean, they must be staying now just to watch the Mariners beat them, right?
I saw 2 yesterday, and that was the only one, because on Tuesday I saw a handful, but yesterday was Mariners.
Okay. So the feeling in the crowd is now. Are you thinking to yourself he's going to hit his 60th home run, or there's just no way he's going to hit 60, right?
No, I went into this series. I got the chance to actually hop on our sister station, Seattle Sports, and preview the series a little bit. This was a matchup for the Mariners that was perfect for them. The Mariners hit a lot of home runs. They score a lot of home runs. The Rockies give up a lot of home runs. Plus, they are a really bad team on the road in general, just being really bad.
I don't mean to laugh out loud at you, but you're so right.
Hey, when you've won 42 ball games and you've lost 100, I think it's 116. You can do nothing but laugh. But I had nothing but confidence that Cal was going to get to at least 60 in this series.
So the entire stadium's up on their feet. The entire park, everybody's standing up. They're all chanting MVP.
Every time Cal Raleigh stepped into the box, it was the crowd rose. MVP, and it wasn't just one or two, it wasn't one section. It is the entire ballpark chanting MVP.
Let's watch this video.
That's my wife jumping up and down.
Crowd goes nuts. Yeah, that place is packed. There's not a seat empty.
It was amazing. What I heard, they sold 8,000 tickets between 1 and 6 p.m. on Tuesday. I would imagine it was something similar for this one.
That's so fun.
You married well, too. I noticed you didn't marry a Rockies fan. Well done.
That was the whole thing. I bought her a nice jersey and everything. She betrayed. She's like, I got to go with the M's. I was like, I can't blame you there.
So if you guys didn't catch the G and Ursula show, there was the 60th home run ball. It's obviously going to be an historical ball. It gets hit to somebody in the crowd. We don't know who caught it. We've seen pictures. I saw a picture on circulating on X, like this mystical looking picture. It's kind of out of focus. It's a picture of the guy. Have you seen this?
Yeah, the guy that gave the ball away.
And the guy turns and hands it to a child sitting there. And G and Ursula got this kid and this kid's dad on with them last hour. We're going to play you a few cuts of that in just a second here. But is there been any movement in finding the guy who gave this ball up? I mean, that guy's a hero.
I don't know, but I mean, props. I mean, and we kind of started this off by, but what the feeling. I mean, that's just buying fully in. You know that you just caught this. I mean. Who knows what you could do with that ball? I mean, the possibility. Yeah, selling, the possibilities.
That's a reality of the time we live in. There's balls. These balls bring they command amazing value.
Let me ask you guys this question, and I know they were talking about this on the other show too, but I think it's a valid question. We know that these balls go for millions of dollars.
Yeah, often.
We know that they go for, and again, I don't know how much this one would have gone for.
It ties Babe Ruth.
But it beats. He tied Babe Ruth at 59, right?
This is 60. This is over. This is past Babe Ruth.
This is past Babe Ruth.
I thought Babe Ruth had 6. It ties. Babe Ruth had 60. Maris has 61 in 61. Judge holds the American League record with 62.
Oh, okay.
So this ties Babe Ruth's mark.
Ties Babe Ruth.
It's a
pretty
historic
good
ball.
And it's a catcher.
My wife was pointing out in the broadcast last night. She's like, that's a black and white picture of Babe Ruth they're showing. This was a long time ago.
Right.
Yeah.
I never believed anything he tweeted, by the way. Never.
Yeah.
So do you think that crosses your mind when you catch this amazing ball? Are you so swept up in the moment that you just turn and hand it to this kid? Or do you think there was any cynical part of his brain that was like, I wonder how much this is worth? All right, take it, kid.
I don't even know if it's cynical. I would just be like, I got the ball. I got the, I was the lucky one.
You're still a little kid, so it doesn't count. Does he wake up with regret this morning? The guy who gave the ball away?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I don't think so either. And I think any dad sees a little kid next to him and does what that guy did.
Here's the facts about this guy. He's a hero. I hope that whoever he's married to showed him some appreciation for what an amazing thing that he did.
Right.
It's a truly amazing thing. It's a selfless thing. Also, I hope they don't hold it against him, that he maybe just handed away. You pay off your house.
No kid. Yeah, I mean, that's not hyperbolic.
It's not an exaggeration.
No.
These are a couple of free new cars. I don't know what. I do feel like there's an opportunity still for this guy to get a karmic reward that he deserves.
Sure.
He should be found and he should be, rewarded in some way. Like I don't know if the Mariners have a sponsorship. They must have a car company that they work with.
Laura's got the video. There's some video of the guy handing the ball to the kid.
Yeah.
Laura, great job.
And you can see the halo around his head.
Oh, my God.
Okay, so the Mariners come down, they grab this kid, and the kid is swept away, and then they contact the G and Ursula show, and then they have they're able to talk to this kid. And we got
the dad.
The dad,
yeah. Because the kid's in school. Kid didn't get the day off. Kid's not, I don't know what portion we're going to play of the interview, but the dad said he came home and he had an hour's worth of math homework before he could go to bed. And the dad made him do his homework.
Laura, which one of these cuts, we're short on time, should we play here, of the dad talking to G and Ursula? Do you have one that you recommend?
Oh, do I? I think describing that moment.
When the home run, getting hit to their
exactly.
section?
It came into their section and just,
All right, this is the dad of the kid.
Slow motion, I watch it like, it's going up track field. It's coming right over my shoulder. And then almost in slow motion, when you have those moments, I see it ricochet off 3 sets of hands behind me. And I turn around and look. And then come to find out later, it actually bounced off my wife's head and then into this guy's hand. The guy clutched it, and you're like, oh crap, it's a home run ball, and then not realizing it's the 60th. It's glad that we got something in our section. He clutched it, then gave it to my son, and then my son was, he's a 12-year-old 6th grader student at St. Anthony's, and just overcome with emotion. He starts bawling.
That's so sweet. This is so sweet. All right, so this is what the Mariners gave this kid.
So what they offered right away was a signed Cal Raleigh bat, and that's what we got. They got his birthday, my phone number, my email address. Wink, wink. We'll see if there's any more. So that's what we left the stadium with. And we were never like, let's see how much this is worth or the most we could get. I mean, it's, we have the future MVP, hopefully, that he touched history. And that's kind of, more precious that he'll have that forever,
Okay, let me ask you guys this question. Would this have made them horrible people if they didn't give it to the Mariners right then? They just said, hey, you know what? We're going to hold on to it for a night, let the kid sleep with it under his pillow, and then tomorrow, why don't you come back to us? Like, you never accept the first offer.
You have your people call my people.
They gave them a baseball bat that signed. Did he get to meet Cal?
I don't
No,
believe
he did not.
so.
He did not.
He
Cal was
asked.
celebrating with champagne.
Here's the thing.
and all that.
Here's the thing.
Asked?
He did
Yeah,
ask. Yeah.
The son asked. Here, I actually do have that
Okay,
clip.
play that.
The
clip.
one thing my son, he whispered to me and said, like, Dad, because it's Cal, I want him to have it. He was never like, oh, we're going to keep it for like money. That wasn't even a thought.
It is now.
But he just said, can I meet Cal? Like, that's the only thing he wanted. They politely declined. I mean, it's the middle of winning a division title and they're on the field.
Plus, there's champagne in the locker room. You got to have ID, and the kid wasn't old enough.
I'm
Only
happy.
thing this kid wanted.
I'm happy for the Mariners.
It's not over.
I'm happy for the Mariners.
Yeah.
But they politely declined.
Yeah.
This is the 60th home run ball.
Mm-hmm.
They need to make this right. Right?
Don't
you think they need to make it right?
I have confidence that there's more to come for this family.
I would hope so.
I think for everybody involved, for the man who handed it to a small child.
That guy is a hero.
I think there's more to come for all of them.
This dad and the son sound great. Two people now gave up this ball, and what do they get for it? I'm not saying that you need to get stuff for everything. Sometimes it's just the right thing to do, and that's a good lesson for your child, too. You're going to carry that through for the rest of your life. That's great.
Someday it'll be sitting in a drawer at Cal Raleigh's house with 58 other balls.
I know.
I don't know which one this was.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it's going to go into a box somewhere. It's going to go somewhere special.
Yeah.
But you can meet Cal Raleigh. I think Cal Raleigh attends this kid's birthday at some point in the near future, and I think that they should make a show of it. That would be a very nice thing. I'm not holding this to the Mariners.
No.
I'm not saying they have to do this, but
they have an opportunity to.
They have an opportunity to do something really cool.
Yeah.
And think about what the Phillies did when that Karen stepped in, and I mean, I'm sorry.
The
Phillies did.
Karen. That kid was downstairs.
That kid got to go meet the guy who hit the home run.
That kid got batting practice or something. His kid was treated like a king.
And this actually, the Rockies now have been a part of two things of history. They were playing the Angels when Mike Trout hit his 400th home run in the series before this one. And if you need a hitting milestone, just make sure you line up against the Rockies.
Is it the Admirals? Who are the ones that always get beaten up
the
by
Washington Generals?
The Washington Generals.
Yeah, who play the
Major League Baseball.
That's
but
funny.
Trout, they got the 400 home run ball back. Someone caught it, and it was I think it was either a kid or his dad, and then he got to play catch. Or it was a guy, and he got to play catch with Trout.
Play catch with Cal. Pitch it to him. He's a catcher. It sets itself up.
Give the Mariners a chance. They'll do the right thing. Shame is a powerful tool, by the way.
Here's what this kid should do. This is my suggestion. This kid because the Mariners are probably going to get right. They get a first round bye.
If they win, they need win one more, and all reports say no hangover lineup. They're going full speed ahead. They want that. They want to clinch that tonight.
Great. At the first round, second round of the playoffs.
When there's a home playoff game.
This kid gets to pitch the first pitch to Cal behind the home plate. They get to have a moment, give him a little picture. Yep. Wouldn't that make it nice?
Beautiful. Oh, yeah.
That's a beautiful moment. That's what baseball's made of.
And then they send the kid to college.
I'm just saying. And then send the kid to college. 100%.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Or like a season tickets. Give him something. Yeah. A bat?
A new car. Cal's little brother got a car for catching the All-Star game.
Yeah. Cal could buy him his own car.
Hey, they don't have to do a thing. They don't have to do a thing, but be nice. It'd be nice.
It would be nice.
It'd be nice.
We would all look on them very favorably.
By the way, we saved the tape a week ago. Aaron Granillo said that when Cal chases his final home run number of the season, the Rockies coming to town would play a paramount role in his final number. You called it, brother.
I was looking forward to this series a couple months ago.
All right. Paul Holden, Aaron Granillo, thank you guys so much. Very exciting times for the Mariners. We got a lot more coming up, guys. Seahawks are playing tonight. We're going to carry that live starting at 2 p.m. here. We're going to have a little look ahead at that.
They playing the Rockies by any chance?
They're not. I wish. That would be a fun game to watch. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
If you're thinking about renovating an attic, spending more time in your sunroom, or building onto your home, a Carrier ductless unit is the perfect solution for climate control. It's efficient, quiet, and incredibly flexible when it comes to installation because there's no ductwork required. It's just one more way we're making your home totally comfortable.
Your local Carrier heating and cooling dealer will improve your home's comfort, air quality, and efficiency. Visit CarrierNorthwest.com to find the expert near you. Carrier, turn to the experts. This hour is brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino.
Are you happy with how you're feeling these days? Are you slowing down physically or mentally? Ever wonder what your life will be like 10 to 15 years from now? Most of us don't really know how we're aging or if we can even do anything about it. But here's the truth. Knowledge is power, and that's exactly where we start at Longevity Medical Clinic. We run advanced diagnostics to find out what's really going on inside your body, and then we create a personalized hormone and health optimization plan designed specifically to help you live better starting now. Our patients are often amazed by what they discover in their blood work, and even more amazed at how quickly they start to feel like themselves again. This isn't guesswork, it's science, it's personal, and it works. Take the first step today. Call 866-86-YOUNG or visit lmclinic.com to schedule your free consultation. Longevity Medical Clinic. Feel better today and every day after that.
Hey, want to hear something great? Right now at Wendy's, you can get 2 of the #1 selling bacon cheeseburger in all fast food, the JBC, plus medium fries and a medium soft drink for just $8. Want to hear something else great? Double the burger means double the bacon. Now that's a game changer. 2 of the #1 bacon cheeseburgers with fries and a drink for just $8. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Individual items at regular price.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-486-9600. That's 800-486-9600.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Is your concrete sinking? Whether it's your driveway, sidewalk, or patio, those uneven surfaces are not just ugly, they're dangerous. That's where Groundworks comes in. They use state-of-the-art concrete lifting solutions to prevent tripping hazards, and they're the best at what they do. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
If you plan to use the carpool lanes along SR 167, you'll soon need a flex pass set to HOV mode to ride free. That's a change. Having Good to Go always costs less than pay by mail. That is not a change. Learn more at goodtogo167.com.
Upgrade your home comfort and save 20% during the Bob's Heating preseason furnace sale. With great savings plus free financing on heat pumps, water heaters, generators, and more, our award-winning team has what you need to stay cozy this chilly season at a cost you're comfortable with. Voted best in the Pacific Northwest, we're honored to be your dedicated home comfort company since 1957. Call Bob's and save today.
Bob's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call Bob.
Homes are sitting, but the bottleneck's about to break. Set yourself up for success by working with the Novak team. Mike Novak guarantees to sell your home in 21 days. If not, he sells it for free. Go to meetthenovaks.com. That's meetthenovaks, NOVAKS.com.
Hey, how's your money situation? Are you ready for retirement? Well, if you want to know what the pros are doing to make wealth multiply and retire like royalty, then you need to listen to this show, Sound Path Through Retirement, with Ben Koval and Matt Leibarger. Get your money right and tune in every weekend, Saturdays at 10 a.m. and noon on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
It's G. Scott. School's back, and it's time to rally for the campaign to keep kids healthy. Donate at Safeway checkout to help families afford fresh fruits and veggies. With SNAP Produce Match, every dollar goes twice as far. Learn more at your neighborhood Safeway.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. It was the biggest win of the year for the Mariners.
The first division title for the Mariners since 2001. The Mariners have done it.
And Cal Raleigh did something truly historic.
Fly ball to right field. Number 60. Last night, he became just the 7th major leaguer to reach 60 home runs in a season. He's the first catcher to do it. Earlier this season, Raleigh broke the long-standing MLB record for homers by a switch hitter set by Mickey Mantle back in 1961. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Microsoft takes a stand against Israel. The company says it has disabled cloud and AI services for a unit within the Israeli military. President Brad Smith of the company says they found evidence that Israel's using Microsoft technology to spy on citizens in Gaza and the West Bank. Smith says that goes against the company's commitment to privacy and human rights. Amazon ends a court battle early by settling with the federal government. Details from CBS's Jason Brooks.
Amazon is paying $2.5 billion to settle allegations from the Federal Trade Commission that the e-commerce giant deceived users into paying for Prime memberships. The FTC filed that lawsuit in 2023, alleging that Amazon misled tens of millions of customers into joining Prime, and that made it difficult for those users to cancel their subscriptions. The settlement came on just the third day of the federal trial in Seattle.
Plans to rename a street in Longview after slain conservative activist Charlie Kirk have been dropped. Mayor Spencer Boudreau says he nixed that proposal after learning it would cost $50,000. The Longview City Council was set to discuss that plan tonight. The mayor says he'll pull the item from the agenda. At 12:33 now, we go to the real-time traffic desk with Nate Connors.
All right, Aaron Subaru of Puyallup has our update. We've got a new crash just happened a couple minutes ago, southbound 99 on the 1st Avenue South Bridge. It's blocking 2 right lanes, but there isn't much of a backup yet. Linwood to Seattle, we're looking good, 20 minutes. It's a little crowded, though, from Northgate into downtown, but you're cruising at freeway speeds here. Eastbound 90 is packed through the Mercer Island work zone, starting near Island Crest Way. In Renton, North 405 still slows through the S-curves up to the VMAC. Renton to Bellevue, though, just 15 minutes. We still have lane restrictions northbound 167 near Ellingson Road and Pacific, the scene of that bridge strike. You're in about a 3 to 4 mile thick backup. And northbound I-5 is packed between the Fife Curve and State Route 18 as drivers ditch Valley Freeway and head up I-5. Having your vehicle serviced is our stress-free promise at Subaru of Puyallup with convenient service hours from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. Subaru of Puyallup, your stress-free dealership. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nate. Your forecast now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Just a few clouds out there, but a nice afternoon. Highs in the mid-60s. Right now, 62 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. We can't be all sports today.
I know,
as much as I want to be.
I know, I hear you, buddy.
There's so much fun stuff to talk about in the sports world. Yesterday, we'll get to this in just a little bit, but just a fun little walk down memory lane. Yesterday was the third, and this will also make you feel old if you remember this. Yesterday was the 13-year anniversary of the Fail Mary catch for the Seahawks.
Oh, is it really?
Do you remember that?
The Green Bay Packers, of course.
Yeah, with the backup reps.
Oh,
refs?
you bet.
Not
you
reps.
Bet.
With the substitute refs or whatever, they had the strike going on, so they had these refs in there.
Like Hail Mary, I forgot they even called it that.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
I mean, it was just a normal Hail Mary for us, and it worked. But for everybody else, it was a
call. Still a good call.
Still a good call.
Still a good call.
I mean, one half of it was a good call.
That's a good call.
We'll play
Joint
you that.
possession, offensive player gets feet on the ground first. Good call.
I thought it was great. Worked out great for us.
I loved it.
So we'll play that in just a little bit as we talk about the Seahawks Thursday night football game tonight, which is going to be very exciting. And we're going to be carrying here starting live at 2 o'clock. So tune in for that. Our show is preempted for that.
Yeah.
We're a little short today.
Going to bring in a bunch of experts in the field.
There you go. All right. We're going to jump into some other stuff here that's not sports related. How about taxes? You guys want to talk about taxes? This is interesting to me because I don't understand why these business owners, I have deep sympathy for them.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm surprised that they're surprised that they have to pay more to do business in our state, given that Governor Bob Ferguson just passed the largest tax increase in state history.
Yeah, you did.
A $12 billion tax and fee package back in May. And now that bill is coming due, and starting October 1st, we have some businesses who are going to have to start paying a lot more money. Listen to this business owner who runs a I believe it was this like an art pottery studio.
Yeah, the family,
called Creative Hands.
Yeah, family that started first in their home.
Yeah,
it's a private little crafting business.
This is the Shaw family, and listen to them describe how much more money they're going to have to pay because of this new tax that's going to be imposed, that has been imposed upon them, because now they technically qualify as a live presentation. They do live presentations,
sure,
which has an additional 10.2% sales tax. That just with the sign of a pen, Governor Ferguson just decided to make these people's lives harder and to make it harder to do business for these people. Listen to this poor woman talk about that. Is this a woman? I'm sorry, Laura, I haven't listened to this cut yet.
This is Wrinkle Shaw.
Yeah, listen to this.
We did not know about it till last week. Like, is this like for real? Like, we were not even able to accept that this is for real. It looks like there will be customers dropping out.
So obviously that price is going to get passed on to the customers, or the company's just going to be losing more money.
Or people are going to stop taking their classes, as she said. Customers are canceling classes.
I don't imagine, okay, you think about a company like Starbucks. Mm-hmm. The reason that Starbucks is so successful is because they have a ton of locations, and they sell a product that people can get quickly and reasonably cheap, although it has gotten really expensive. But they're able to, obviously there's a huge demand for coffee. I don't know what the demand is to go into one of these pottery classes. It feels to me like something you would do when you buy a Groupon, or when you get, is Groupon even a thing anymore?
Groupon's still a thing.
Is it still a thing? Okay. Or you're going somewhere with your mother-in-law and you want to do a fun thing. Or
these little niche businesses who have created an atmosphere, an environment that people want to be a part of. People are into experiential occurrences instead of gifting these days, and that's great.
Which means, though, that their audience is a lot smaller.
Yeah.
Their clientele base is a lot smaller, and so every dollar counts.
And it's a luxury.
It's a luxury
decision to make with your finance, with your money during tight times.
100%.
We have stories we've been trying to get to because there's just so much going on about how lower income families are cutting their budgets. They're doing away with extravagancies and luxuries, and that's
so a pottery class would definitely fall into that.
The owner did say that people are pre-booking their classes.
Well, if they pre-book, what they're trying to do is get around it just a little bit.
Yeah.
If you pre-book and prepay for your classes, you're not going to be subject to the tax because, but you can only do that so far out in advance.
I'm booking out 7 years now. Yeah. When would you like to come in?
We are 15 years booked out.
Right? Good on you. Find a way to get around it. It's the only way to only stay alive.
10.2% sales tax, just like with a swipe of a pen. And this poor business, they're already saying that people are, you heard her there in that cut. People are already leaving. They're losing business because of this.
And there are literally hundreds, if not thousands of businesses, small businesses, struggling to get by, subjected to the same tax burdens.
So this is the CEO of the Greater Everett Chamber of Commerce talking a little bit about these new taxes.
It's hitting everybody from small business to nonprofits, which is really unprecedented. Folks don't realize that this is happening, and then there's a lot of ambiguity about what programs or services are actually taxable.
So here's what they're taxing, just among the many, many things. They affect a wide range of services. This is King 5 had this story. Storage facilities, security staffing, marriage licenses, hunting and fishing permits, real-time classes, which will now be categorized as live presentations.
You know, by the way, the hunting and fishing license and marriage license are in the same office.
Are they really?
Yeah, it's how you know if a guy really wants to get married. You walk in for a marriage license, and you offer a guy a chance to go hunting and fishing.
Do you want to hunt and fish?
He follows through with the marriage license, you're in a good deal.
Well, there's a lot of stuff that your wife tells you you're going to get to do before you get married.
right.
And then that kind of disappears.
You should pick up your hunting and fish license while you're there.
Buy it well in advance.
Avoid the tax.
Fitness instruction. I mean, they're like discouraging people from do they want a bunch of like unhealthy, heavy people walking around Washington State or with bad hearts? Is that what the point of this was?
That's going to be the result. Whether it's the intent or not, that's what they're going to find themselves rolling into.
Business owners face, if you fail to collect this tax, which is a new tax, if you fail to collect it, you're going to be penalized 29% penalties.
Yeah, penalties up to 29%.
Up to 29%.
Depending on how flagrant you get with the
if you fail to collect this tax.
Yeah.
This is not a business-friendly environment. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. Mayor Bruce Harrell was talking about how he was he proposed his budget for Seattle, which is has a bunch of new things that he wants bunch of new taxes. And I was looking into where does Washington rank as far as business friendliness goes?
Mm-hmm.
In the country, we are the 45th least business-friendly state to do business in. And it's because of policies like this where you just slap on a tax. Is it fair for this pottery company to suddenly be categorized as a live presentation and a 10.2% tax just thrown on top? Think about what your margins are. Honestly, what possibly could a small family pottery business that has grown out of their house, what could their margins even be that 10.2% doesn't just completely annihilate their business? Can you just hand over 10.2%?
That's the difference with staying open or closing your doors to most small businesses.
Absolutely.
And they're already taxing restaurants. We're talking restaurant owners. We've done that numerous times over the course of the show. They're like triple taxed. The amount, and I understand that it's hard to do business here, but what's the municipality do? I understand that we need to be more efficient with their tax dollars. We all agree on that.
Here's a question.
Inslee cut. I think he cut like $9 billion from the budget because they had like a $16 billion deficit. He cut 7 or 8, and they still increased taxes by $9 billion.
I was thinking
to try
about
to cover
this.
that deficit.
I was thinking about this the other day, just to show you how poorly managed Washington's money has been.
Yeah,
California has a deficit of like $20 billion. The state of California. Do you know how much bigger their economy is than our economy in Washington?
Oh, they're like the fourth largest in the world, right?
They're like the fourth or fifth. I believe they're the fifth largest in the world. Washington isn't anywhere even close to that, and still we're only $4 billion behind them as far as a budget deficit goes. Yeah. Horribly run politicians. They're just running it into the ground. This is not the business's fault. You talk to a normal business around here, they probably don't feel like the last 10 years they've just been not taxed, which is now why we're in this situation.
Right.
That's not the case. They probably feel like we already have a pretty high tax. We're the 45th least friendly, and it's going to get worse unless people start thinking differently about who they vote into office. You got it. There has to be accountability at some point where somebody says, you know what? The people that we've elected into office for the last 40 years, consistently, same people, are not running things to make businesses work in this state. And they're just taxing them to death.
One of the reasons is we don't have a state income tax. That's one of the reasons they have to go through all these different taxing mechanisms to try to cover the cost of running a state.
We have a B&O tax. We're one of the only few states that do that.
We don't have a state income tax. Is it time to look at one? And the state constitution prohibits it.
No.
What if it eased most of these other taxes back to an acceptable limit?
But it wouldn't. That's not the way.
I know. They never give it back.
They never do that.
Right.
Would they ever show me a tax that they've ever given back?
Yeah.
It never happens. All right. We got a lot more coming up. Stick around. Be right back.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
With football season comes cooler weather, so if you need new windows and doors, don't drop the ball. Steve Rabel here. Call on locally owned Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington to tackle your project. Their wide selection of windows and doors always beats the competition, and they'll give you top-notch customer service with no trick plays. Schedule a free consultation with Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Go to PellaPNW.com. That's PellaPNW.com.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our clients' portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Hey everyone, Hartley Wilcox here.
And I'm Charlie Wilcox from Wilcox Family Farms.
Our family's been raising hens and gathering fresh eggs right here for over 100 years.
That's right. Our hens roam free on green pastures, soaking up the sunshine and living their best chicken lives.
We don't do shortcuts. No cages, no chemicals, just honest-to-goodness eggs laid fresh every day.
And when you buy Wilcox eggs, you're not just getting breakfast. You're supporting local farmers like us. Clean food, and a family that's been doing it right for generations.
So next time you're at the grocery store,
skip the out-of-state eggs and grab the ones with our name on them.
Wilcox Family Farms. Fresh, local, trusted. Find fresh Wilcox eggs at Safeway, Albertsons, or Town and Country Markets. And for a healthy snack on the go, grab some ready-to-eat hard-boiled eggs in a convenient to-go 2-pack. Wilcox Family Farms eggs, locally fresh since 1909.
There it goes! Storybook season by Cal Raleigh. He has done it!
2026 Mariners season ticket memberships are on sale now. There's no better way to catch Cal, Julio, and the crew at T-Mobile Park with year-round savings, no ticket fees, access to exclusive pre-sales and events, and more. And you've got two great options. Reserved memberships let you lock in the best locations in the ballpark so you can make your favorite spot home all summer long, whether you want to catch 20 games or the whole season.
Oh, he makes the catch! What a snag by Julio Rodriguez!
Or go with a Flex membership, which gives you the freedom to choose your seats, games, and number of tickets as you go. Terrace Club, bleachers, right behind the dugout, divvy it up however you want. This season's been a whole lot of fun, and you won't want to miss out in 2026. Come on board today at Mariners.com/26.
The Mariners, their third consecutive shutout win.
Mariners baseball. Seize the moment.
This is Chris Davis with the Davis Law Group. Did you know that a pedestrian does not have to be crossing the street on a marked crosswalk to have a successful legal claim against the driver? Pedestrians can even be partially at fault for a collision and still have a valuable claim. Call us today for a free consultation or get my free book on pedestrian accident law at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com. That's Davis Law Group, better service and even better results.
Are you road trip ready? Bucky's Complete Auto Repair will make your car safe and dependable with expert service and old-fashioned care. Brakes, oil change, factory service, and more. No appointment needed, and yes, friendly financing is available. Bucky's.com.
All right, welcome back to the show. Spike and I on the break, we were just talking about, you had a big concert last night.
We played Mill Creek Town Center, yeah.
How'd that go?
It was phenomenal. They do a summer concert series, and we get to play the last show of the summer. We have for a couple, 3 years now.
Get to close it out.
To close it out. Great
That's
crowd
awesome.
was on hand. Everybody was very, very nice.
I heard it was standing room only.
Standing
packed
room
crowd.
only. People. It was a bring your own chair night. I should have told people it was a bring your own parking space night because it's really you have to walk a few blocks by the time if you don't get there early. And
Yeah.
couldn't have been a better night weather was perfect. The crowd was insane.
Last night was perfect.
It was perfect.
It wasn't hot or anything. It was just beautiful
and
but smoky.
The only drawback was having to watch the Mariner game on my phone during the show. You know, the Mariners get started, and we've been playing for about an hour, and I literally walk up to that. I said, anybody want to know the score of the Mariners? I said, okay, well, it's
giving live updates.
I said, it's only the first.
Yeah.
I said, but Cal and Julio just back to back. He hit number 59. The place goes nuts.
Just went nuts.
A couple of songs later. Oh, by the way, it's 7-1 now.
7-1.
Guys.
I think they've got it locked up.
We're gonna be all set. Yeah. Don't worry about leaving to catch.
That's fun, dude.
Fantastic.
Next time you have a show, let us know, and we should tell the audience because we get text messages all the time. When's Spike's next show? When can we go? We'll do it.
Yeah.
Okay. We had this story yesterday. We didn't have a chance to get to it, so we're going to get to it right now. Seattle Times had this article, and they were talking about whether or not people should be taking shoes off when they enter your home. And they basically walk you through they talk about all the germs that you could be pulling in and some of the...
They come from a science perspective.
They're trying to.
Yeah.
And
in our house, it's a courtesy perspective, right?
Are you guys a shoes on house, shoes off house?
We're a shoes off house because we're idiots. We bought white rugs.
Okay.
Like cream-colored rugs.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
Yeah, that'll catch up to you real fast.
Yeah, and then we got a puppy. Poof.
And now we have yellow rugs.
I own a carpet cleaning company. I mean, basically, that's as much money as I've given this guy. I pretty much own the company now.
That's fantastic.
I got him on speed dial.
So you guys, have you always been a shoes off house? Because I know there's a lot of people who just don't subscribe to that at all, and they think it's fine. You can walk in with shoes.
Yeah, true.
I grew up in a shoe on house.
Okay.
We didn't even think about it.
I did too.
It wasn't even a thought. And then I got married to my wife, and she's like, what are you doing? When I walked in the house, I'm just walking in with shoes, just living life. And I don't even think about it. And then she's like, what if you stepped in dog poop? And I was like, oh, yeah, I guess, what if I did step in dog poop?
I guess that's why Gay gave me a nose?
Yeah.
Whatever.
I'll wipe it off the floor like everybody does. What are you talking about? Laura, are you a shoes on, shoes off house?
Shoes off, and I grew up as a shoes off house.
Shoes off house.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we had one of those split levels where you walk in and then there's stairs immediately. So it was just kind of, and carpeted, by the way. So it's just kind of natural to like kick off your shoes at the entrance and then dash up the stairs to your room or kitchen or whatever.
But you have a sign, Spike, that says like basically take your shoes off. Is that right?
Profanity when written in Old English sounds like take off thy shoes.
Is that what it says? You have an Old English profanity?
Yeah, thy. It says thy in there. And it's really beautifully calligraphied.
Sure.
But it's take off your blanking shoes.
It's like a very polite way to tell them to take off your
shoes.
It's kind of...
My wife's about the germs, though. I hadn't realized that because I saw the story and asked her last night.
If somebody walks into our house, I'm not a freak of nature, and if somebody walks in and doesn't take their shoes off, I'm not going to correct them.
Mm-hmm.
Like if somebody walks up and is, living life, I'm not going to sit there and kick them out of our house. That would be very awkward.
Right.
But I'm also aware that until about 2 months ago, I had a baby crawling on all fours.
Right.
Doing what babies do on the floor.
And picking things up, put them in his mouth. Yeah.
So I've had to remind my parents, who again I didn't grow up in a shoe off house.
Okay.
Sometimes they would come over and like just forget to, and I'd be like, Dad, can you take your shoes off? Because I don't know where you were at. Like if you go to public restrooms or anything, it's disgusting.
Does your wife, my wife will not put her purse down anywhere. I mean, it's like on the chair, whether it's hanging on the arm of the chair. If there's
I never even thought about that.
If there's, a lot of ladies are like that. Laura, you like that? That
You're
you don't
giving
put
me
your
new
purse
phobias.
on the floors?
I would prefer, but normally there's not the option. I went to a bar last night and I was sitting at a little table and there was just nowhere to hook it, no bench to put it on.
You mean
I
when you're
couldn't get
out?
it over the chair.
When you're out.
You meant in your house.
No.
Why don't you sit her purse down in her house?
No. When you're out and about. I mean, Melissa won't even put it on the floor of a bar or let alone take it into a bathroom.
Yeah.
I mean, it's because it's about what you walk through, what makes it to the floor.
The article talks. This article talk. They talk to some scientists, and they say that all the things that you could pull into your house generally are exited off of your feet within the first 4 steps. So wherever you're stepping for the first 4 steps, there's basically like a ring of fire around your front door.
That's good to know.
And if somebody were to walk in off your, off the street into your house with shoes on. It's about the first 4 steps that you want to just don't lick that ground because you could get, horrible bacteria and you could get whatever. That's a reality in my house. So
you don't let your kid play by the
front door.
There
are people who lick the ground in my house. And so that's a real problem. But you can get horrible,
You bring the plague in. I mean,
the plague?
There were plague outbreaks in California.
There was really thinking more about like dog poop. But.
Well, yeah, but that's a plague in itself, Justin.
But it's not good. You don't want to be eating dog poop.
When you go out to visit friends and family, and do you ask, is it a shoe on, shoe off house? And
no, I just take them off.
I sock accordingly. I have to ask ahead of time.
Oh, you pre-plan?
I have to pre-plan because I got to tell you, leaving my shoes on is probably safer from a biohazards than taking my shoes off some days. My feet can pose more of a danger than the outside world. So I have to act accordingly.
Okay, that's good. That's a good idea.
So if you invite me over,
wear some nice socks.
Yeah.
I'll let you know next time you come over to remember to put on some nice socks. All right, we got a lot more coming up. There's a teacher, Laura. You found this article, right? Did you find this, or was this Spike?
Yeah, this is a Danny Westmeat column in the Seattle Times, and he interviewed this teacher at Seattle University, and I thought you guys should talk to him too.
And he's teaching a class that's called
Politics of the End.
Politics of the End. So we thought, hey, that sounds like a good fit for our show. So we're going to bring him in.
Let's chew on this, yeah.
Let's chew on this, and let's see what this guy's about. All right, stick around. We'll be right back with that.
Hey, want to hear something great? Right now at Wendy's, you can get 2 of the #1 selling bacon cheeseburger in all fast food, the JBC, plus medium fries and a medium soft drink for just $8. Want to hear something else great? Double the burger means double the bacon. Now that's a game changer. 2 of the #1 bacon cheeseburgers with fries and a drink for just $8. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Individual items at regular price.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Seattle's Morning News.
I'm Charlie Harger, and I hope you can join us tomorrow. News Nation host Leland Vittert is out with a new book. He talks about his experience as someone on the autism spectrum, what he makes of the president's announcement this week about Tylenol. And the Mariners are trying to secure a first-round bye in the playoffs. We'll have highlights. Seattle's Morning News, 5 to 9, here on KIRO Newsradio, 97.3 FM.
We're on YouTube, our app, your smart speaker, and 97.3 FM.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up, like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
After 35 years in the window industry, I know choosing the right team for your window or door project is a big decision. Adrian here, owner of Lake Washington Windows and Doors. Treating your home with care while offering top quality products is important to me. Our windows are 25% more energy efficient than Energy Star standards, reduce noise by up to 50%, and feature low maintenance clean glass technology. Combined with our leading leak armor installation and lifetime warranty, you get protection for life. Visit LakeWashingtonWindows.com, a name you can trust.
And now, tales of another way. How long can one go on with the same scent of shower soap? Sure, sandalwood is your signature aura, but today you went tropical essence. Glamping in the rainforest. Sometimes another way is the better way, like the new SR 509 Expressway, the alternate route that'll help manage congestion on I-5 and other local roads. Tolling begins September 29th. Save $2 per toll with a Good-to-Go pass. Learn more at goodtogo509.com.
At Care Partners Senior Living, we believe in providing quality care at an affordable price. Instead of spending on luxury and expensive art, we invest in our people and accommodations with a focus on compassionate overall health. Our communities offer independent, assisted living and memory care designed to preserve dignity, independence, and your estate. Affordable, personal, trusted. That's our promise. Please give us a call. We have beautiful Care Partners communities throughout Washington and Arizona. Visit carepartnersliving.com.
Considering selling your home or downsizing? Visit themadronagroup.com for no-obligation counsel.
The Madrona Group's team of John L. Scott experts makes it easy, guiding you to best pricing and timing, maximizing your profit with smart technology and unparalleled integrity. 5-star reviews and industry best according to Zillow, Google, Yelp, Facebook, and Redfin. This Saturday, hear the Madrona Group's Jason Fox on KIRO Newsradio's Home Matters. Maximize your home sale. Visit themadronagroup.com.
Protect your liver and give it the support it deserves with Active Liver from New Nordic. Find Active Liver in stores at your local CVS, Meijer Grocery, or online at Amazon or at newnordicusa.com.
For the news you trust.
Breaking news we are getting.
Experience matters.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo.
James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Good morning. I'm Heather Bosch.
Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
We're on YouTube, our app, and 97.3 FM. Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio, KIRO FM, and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Cammie McCormick. We're learning more about the suspect in yesterday's attack on an ICE facility in Dallas. Peter King reports.
Acting U.S. Attorney Nancy Larson says agents found evidence of a game plan and a vendetta against ICE when they searched the gunman's home and found a series of notes.
He was targeting ICE agents and ICE personnel.
She says investigators believe he acted alone.
His notes reveal, yes, it was just me and my brain.
Larson says the notes detail a hatred for the federal government, but there were no mentions of any agency other than ICE. She says there's also no evidence of membership in any anti-government organizations. Peter King, CBS News.
Amazon will pay a historic settlement with the Federal Trade Commission, as Jason Brooks reports.
Amazon is paying $2.5 billion to settle allegations from the Federal Trade Commission that the e-commerce giant deceived users into paying for Prime memberships.
After his trip to New York and a meeting with Mideast leaders, President Trump is sounding confident about a deal for Gaza.
We had a really great meeting. I think a lot was determined at that meeting. And I have to meet with Israel, and I have to do that also. They know what I want. And I think we can get that one done.
Israel's prime minister will be in New York tomorrow to address the UN General Assembly. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth has called top generals and admirals to Virginia next week, although the Pentagon isn't saying why. Retired General Wesley Clark's take.
He's got some important statements to make. He wants people to see him up close and look them in the eye and so forth, and assure them of his authority and that he knows what he's doing, and demand their support.
After forming the West Coast Health Alliance, Oregon officials say the updated COVID-19 vaccine is finally flowing into the state. Heather Roberts reports.
Despite more restrictive federal guidelines, the Oregon Health Authority approved the COVID vaccine for anyone 6 months and older without a prescription. But supply issues hampered the initial rollout. Those shots are now becoming available at pharmacies and health clinics, and State Health Officer Dr. Dean Seidlinger says insurance should cover it.
In Oregon, we've taken several steps to assure that those vaccines are covered as they were last year.
County public health departments are also providing the shot to those without insurance. Heather Roberts for CBS News, Portland, Oregon.
9/11 service is down in some southern states, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. Authorities say fiber cuts have been identified. It isn't clear when the service will be back up. On Wall Street at this hour, stocks are lower. The Dow Jones Industrial's off by 173 points. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Coming up, a historic home run leads to an act of selflessness in the stands. That's after Nate Connors at the real-time traffic desk.
Thank you, Aaron. This report brought to you by Wilcox Family Farm Eggs. Tacoma to Olympia is starting to fill in along JBLM. You're up to 50 minutes to make this commute. Tacoma to Federal Way has a 10-minute delay this afternoon. We've got heavy volumes between the Fife Curve and State Route 18. It is just volume. Most likely drivers opting for I-5 over 167, where we now have long-term lane restrictions on northbound 167 approaching Ellingson Road there in Algona. You're down to a single lane due to that bridge strike a couple days ago. The latest update that came in this morning is this will be with us for the next couple months. As of this afternoon, there's no talk of opening a second lane. You can find more on this at mynorthwest.com. Linwood to Seattle, 20 minutes. Bellevue to Renton is a 15-minute drive. Cage-free eggs are good, free range are better, and mobile pasture-raised eggs are the best. Choose the best for your family. Locally fresh Wilcox Family Farms eggs. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. In a storybook season for the Mariners, Cal Raleigh etches his name among the greatest of all time.
Fly ball to right field, number 60!
That historic home run wound up in the hands of a 12-year-old boy in the stands. His father, Galen Ruelos, tells KIRO News Radio's Gian Ursula the man who caught it gave it to his son.
He didn't have to do that, and my son was a beneficiary of it. So in this turbulent world of ours, you can still do nice things to people, and I hope he just pays it forward is all I hope for him to remember.
Now, Cal did end up with the ball. Galen's son received a signed Raleigh bat in exchange. Starbucks is laying off 900 corporate workers and closing hundreds of stores. That includes their reserve roasteries on Capitol Hill and in Soto. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey spoke with employees who just lost their jobs.
I met Cameron and two of her co-workers outside Starbucks Reserve Roastery on Capitol Hill. She tells me her phone rang early Thursday.
This morning at 8 a.m., they gave us an automated phone call that we do not have jobs. They're not transferring us any stores, and basically, good luck.
The windows at the roastery are now boarded up. The famous siren above the front door was removed. Starbucks says the closure is part of a $1 billion restructuring plan across North America. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Seattle mayoral candidate Katie Wilson says if Sinclair Broadcasting doesn't put the Jimmy Kimmel Show back on Como TV, she's not taking part in the mayoral debates with Como next month. She's calling on Mayor Harrell to do the same.
This is, a small move, but it is one way of resisting and one way of challenging people who have more power, such as Sinclair, to do the right thing.
We are reaching out to Mayor Harrell's campaign and Sinclair for comments. Seattle Seahawks go for their third straight win tonight. They take on the Cardinals in Arizona. Head coach Mike McDonald.
Good preparation the last 3 days. The guys have done a great job trying to get their bodies and minds ready for the game. It's a quick turnaround, obviously.
Thursday night football kickoff is at 5:15. Pre-game coverage starts at 2 right here on KIRO News Radio. Weather brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Mix of clouds and sunshine today and for a calm pattern the next couple of days. Highs in the mid to upper 60s. Right now, 64 in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News. It's the all-new Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio.
Welcome back to the show. 1 hour down, 1 hour to go. We normally say 2 hours to go at this point, but we only have 1 hour. Our show is going to be short because the Seahawks play tonight in Arizona. It's going to be very exciting. We get a live coverage here starting at 2 sharp. Tune in for that. We're very excited. We're going to welcome a guest in just a second. But before we get to our guest, did you hear Aaron's newscast a second ago, Spike?
Which of the stories? Because that was some jaw-dropping stories.
I'm going to bring Aaron on here real fast. Aaron, tell us what was the Seattle mayoral
Katie Wilson
debate story again? What is that? What's going on?
They're supposed to be doing a debate with Como TV, which is owned by Sinclair.
Sure. Okay.
Sinclair, which has decided not yet to bring back Jimmy Kimmel.
Gotcha.
In light of the Charlie Kirk comments. So she's saying she's not going to do the debate with Harrell on Como until Sinclair brings back Kimmel.
Did she already talk to Sinclair about this and let them know so they can immediately change their position? I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure of what kind of leverage she has over Sinclair.
They're going to take her up on that.
No, I don't know.
Okay,
but we have reached out to Sinclair and Harrell for comment.
When's the debate scheduled?
I was just about to look for that. I can't find the actual date.
Okay, because if it's not within the next 3 weeks, that's pretty performative.
I'm sure. No, I'm sure it is. Here's the reason I know it must be imminently.
Here comes a news director.
Here comes a news director.
What do we got, boss?
Talking Katie Wilson. There you go.
Katie Wilson.
Sorry,
right.
out of breath because I just returned from
thank you.
her news conference. She actually did it at the right out in front of
Como Plaza. Just
she didn't do the recently closing Starbucks? She picked Como instead?
Yeah, she decided to go with the Como Plaza out there.
She's protesting right now? This is part of her, I guess she is. This is part of her protest.
Well, she said this, as you heard in Aaron's newscast, she said this is a small move, but, one that she felt
no kidding.
She had to do. She said she was at Como TV earlier this week doing an interview, and it was while she's doing the interview, she says she had just didn't sit right, given the Kimmel situation. She said that was kind of the impetus behind making today's announcement.
All right.
She hasn't reached out to. She hasn't talked directly to Sinclair. She's like, we're announcing it here, and we'll see what happens.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. I'm sure Sinclair will quickly be changing their stance.
Bend the knee.
Here's the thing about this. Did you see how many debates that they're having?
No.
Pre-election?
How many?
I think it was 22 debates. Yes. They were doing 22. They don't call them debates. They call them like community meetings or something where they show up and people can ask questions. So
one question per debate,
here's
basically?
my insight
I love
into
that.
this. Here's my thought. I'm thinking that she's probably feeling kind of tired because of all these silly debates. They just had one the other night that Angela Poe Russell from here moderated with David Rose. They did a great job. And she's probably thinking to herself, this is kind of a get-out-of-jail-free card from doing a ton of these debates.
with valid
At
reason.
least I can get rid of the Como ones because she's got like 15 more or whatever it is.
Unbelievable.
If you can't cover what your positions are in 22 meetings,
seriously,
I mean, you don't need to have the job.
I love spirited debate. I love it. I think it's essential and healthy for our democracy.
Have the debate, but but anyway, we'll see what happens.
Good luck with you, Katie.
I don't think Sinclair's going to lose a ton of sleep.
I got their owner's phone number if she needs it.
You should,
I used to work for
send it to
Sinclair.
her.
Yeah,
there you go.
Very open company with
All
employees.
Right, let's get to our guest. I'm excited. Dr. Patrick Shetmer. He is a professor at Seattle University, and he joins us on the show right now in studio. Welcome to the show.
Glad to join you.
Yeah, super glad you're here. There's an article from the Seattle Times that Danny Westneat wrote that highlights you in the article, and you're teaching a class at Seattle University called The Politics of the End?
It is.
Is that right? And I read through the article, and I was still trying to figure out what the class is completely about, and I was just wondering if you want to kind of walk us through what students can expect and fire away.
Sure. So I think the core impetus of the class is the idea that we study success a lot. We don't study failure nearly as much, but failure is our best teacher. And so what the course does is it looks at collapses of societies throughout history.
Sure.
And what we try to do is we try to build up an understanding of the different mechanisms or parts of society that can fall apart, why they fall apart, and try to learn lessons about, what we can do to avoid that situation as we move forward.
Do you think is this a pretty well attended class? Is it a full class?
I've never taught it when it wasn't full.
Okay. Do you think that we're in a? I mean, is your premise of the class that, and it's a freshman seminar? Is that right?
It is.
Are you saying that that's kind of where we are at as a society right now? Are you saying this is the politics of the end? This is where America is at right now? Or is this more of like an historical look back?
Well,
as a cautionary tale for what could be in the future. I'm just trying to understand the class a little bit more.
Well, I started teaching it in 2015, and ever since then, people have always asked, is this a topical class? And I think collapse is always a topical, relevant discussion. One thing I get my students to try to think about on the very first day of class is that someday the United States will no longer exist. When that will happen, we do not know.
Yeah, hopefully no time soon.
Hopefully no time soon.
Yeah.
But empires never see the fall coming before they fall.
Sure.
And so you always need to be thinking about what leads to failure. Now, one thing we emphasize is that collapses can be big. You could have the collapse of a Roman Empire, or collapses can be small. One of the collapses we study is the collapse of Aberdeen, Washington.
How so? What do you mean?
Well, collapses are generally defined by a significant decrease in population and a significant drop in the quality of life of a community that remains in the population. Okay. So,
like any gold rush town would be a good example of this too.
We talk about those old mining towns as being collapsed societies.
Sure.
So when we're thinking about collapse, we could have a collapse in the United States, or we could have a collapse in Toledo. Or we could have the collapse of Oregon or something like that, where another good example of a regional collapse that we talk about a lot is the Dust Bowl of Oklahoma.
Yeah, well, the Rust Belt could be kind of classified. Yeah. Okay, makes great sense.
Is a feeling in the class generally that that's the track that the United States is on presently? How are students taking this class? I'm interested. I don't talk to a lot of college students, and so I'm just interested, like, what their perspective on the world is right now.
I think some of them. Well, I mean, for the ones coming in the fall quarter, they're assigned to the class. They don't know what they're getting into when they walk in.
Oh, they're assigned to. It's not an elective.
It is. It is for people after the fall quarter, but this first time I teach it, it's partly meant to orient them towards how to think like a social scientist, how to, integrate yourself into a university community, how to wrestle with big ideas.
So it's a requirement to take this class?
It is a requirement to take a class like this, not this class in particular.
Okay. The first book that you guys are teaching, I looked into this a little bit because it just Danny Westneat highlighted it at the end of the article, and he suggests he says everybody should take your class. And go ahead. Did you have a thought on that?
Well, I mean, we're always happy to see more people enrolling at Seattle University.
It's not cheap, Seattle University. I didn't realize you guys were such a prestigious. I mean, I know it's a nice university, but it's like Spike. You have you know this.
I have a senior in college this year, and my kids
$54K a year.
Don't remind me out
loud. Pricey.
Well, no, Seattle U just actually reached in, and Cornish College of the Arts, where Darby goes to school, was
they saved Cornish.
They did. Yeah. They saved Cornish College of the Arts, and now all the amenities of Seattle U are available to my kid, and they're wonderful. And you get what you pay for. You want to go to school in a strip mall, that's the kind of education you're going to get.
Yeah. Here's the first book that you're recommending for the class. It's from Canadian journalist Stephen March, 2022 book, The Next Civil War, Dispatches from the American Future. I read just the online description of the book. It said, United States is coming to an end. The only question is how. It said it's in this deeply researched work of speculative nonfiction. What does that mean, speculative nonfiction? Does that mean fiction?
It's fiction, but it's not fiction. What he's doing is he's looking at academic models, analyses coming from the U.S. military or other organizations that say these are different scenarios that could play out. And then he's just
five of them. Is that right?
Yeah, and then he's kind of building out what that could look like.
Here's a couple of the scenarios. On a small two-lane bridge in a rural county that loathes the federal government, the U.S. Army uses lethal force to end a standoff with hard-right anti-government patriots. Is this taken from, this is some of that speculative nonfiction? So this is an imagined scenario in his head, but he says it's based on, could be reality.
Well, it's based on, for example, if we look at the data coming from the U.S. government, they're showing us that anti-government activism is some of the most serious threats internally to U.S. governmental stability, and so he's looking at what that might look like in that particular scenario.
Do you think that here's another one here. He says, inside an ordinary diner, a disaffected young man with a handgun takes his aim at the American president stepping in for an impromptu photo op, and a bullet splits the hyper-partisan country into violently opposed mourners and revelers. I mean, in the wake of the Trump attempted assassination, two of them almost, and then the Charlie Kirk shooting, I imagine this is a pretty relevant discussion. Are you guys discussing that in the class?
Well, we haven't got there yet, but certainly we're going to be talking about things like terrorism, assassinations, and how these can serve triggers to set off simmering powder kegs that exist in society.
Sure.
You said all civilizations will fall at some point. Have there been moments in U.S. history where we've approached moments of great concern with regard to the future?
Well, we have collapsed once. We had a civil war. So it could happen again. We've had significant economic downturns, but the U.S. has more or less maintained a trajectory of growth nationally, if not regionally. So I don't think we've seen something like the collapse of Rome yet, or the collapse of the British Empire. That's quite what we would call a national collapse, other than the Civil War.
When you say collapse, what do you mean by that? Collapse of the Civil War?
A collapse, like I said, is any time where you see a significant decrease in population and a significant decrease in quality of life. Yeah, and so during the Civil War, we're obviously killed each other.
Lost half the states.
No, I understand. But when the layperson like myself hears collapse, I think like, okay, that country that ceases to exist. Like the Empire of Rome ceased to exist. We didn't cease to exist as a country.
Right,
and
Rome
we can pull this out of that.
And while Rome fell apart, it didn't cease to exist either. You still had the Eastern Roman Empire, which we sometimes call the Byzantine Empire.
Sure.
And you still had people living there and building societies.
Is any part of the class, I'm wondering, as these students are coming in, I mean, they're all freshmen. This is their first taste of the big university experience, what life is going to look like on campus, what my teachers are going to be focused on, what they want me to be looking at. I'll be honest, this class sounds like a super downer, and I don't mean to offend you in any way. I mean, the focus is collapsing societies, and are we currently collapsing? That's kind of the question behind the class, it seems. Are you also encouraging the students so that they maybe leave with some hope? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I have 4 sons who will be in university someday. If they came home and told me they were taking a class called The Politics of, what is this called again?
The End.
The Politics of the End. I would kind of roll my eyes and go, oh, geez, freshman requirement class, Politics of the End. This sounds exactly like what I don't want to pay $54,000 a year for. Are you at least getting something hopeful out of that so that the students can take away going like, hey, how can I be a better citizen? How can I encourage my fellow classmates around me so that we all don't walk around depressed out of our minds? Like, what's the takeaway from this class?
Well, the takeaway is our final project is we build out a report where we're identifying problems that could emerge and how to address or solve those problems.
Sure.
We do it through an academic style report, but then we also do a sort of, I call it the art show or the art project, where we try to come up with some way to convey the ideas to people who aren't going to want to sit down and read like a 15 to 20 page report. So students will make short films, they'll make art installations. They'll do latch onto different kinds of ways that people can get the attention of the general public, people who are not necessarily going to want to engage and read with super downer material, but want to be inspired to take action in some way.
And that's been a useful tool of popular information or informing publics throughout history.
Exactly.
You know, campaign posters for World War II, buy war bonds, or whatever the course or function of the message is. You know, conveying people a thought, at least getting them engaged and thinking about a topic through art is powerful.
Yeah. Well, one thing we do in my class is we read academic literature and scientific analyses of different problems, but then we also read novels and we play video games and we watch movies to see how these ideas are presented to the public. We think about what the science tells us how things are going to play out and what reports tell us how things are going to play out. And then we see the ideas that people are getting inside their head from this literature, from these forms of entertainment. And one question we're thinking throughout is this helping us prepare and avoid problems, or is this feeding problems?
Are you? Does social media have a component in this as well?
Absolutely.
I imagine there must be a lot of
a growing element, maybe, as time moves forward.
Well, I think social media is an accelerant to various tensions that we see. We talk.
I think it's like pure evil. I hate it. I mean, we use it, but I think it's just like overall, people who spend a lot of time on social media, I find to be very like anxious people, and usually seeing the worst. It's rare that somebody spends all day on social media just looking at videos of like cute puppies or something. You know, it's like usually pretty bad things.
Hey, Spike does that.
I do. I have to. It's recuperative.
I know for a fact Spike doesn't because he's always complaining about what he's seeing on social media, but go ahead.
Well, I was going to say social media in and of itself is not necessarily a negative. It's how we use it in our society. And right now we use it primarily as a tool to generate profit, right? So they're going to want to figure out ways to keep people tuned in to these programs. And we know from the behavioral research that people are more likely to focus in on things that they're afraid of or things that they're worried about or things that anger them. And if you're wanting people's eyeballs to stay on social media so you can sell more ads, fear, anger, anxiety, that's what you're going to sell in the end.
Some of they sell breakfast cereal, by the way. Exact same way.
I do hope that at the end of the class, how long is the class?
Well, it's we're in the quarter system at Seattle U, so it's a 10-week class.
Okay, 10-week class. I hope at the end of the 10 weeks, so these students are leaving feeling like there's hope for the future. They're encouraged by what, I mean, they're in America, which I still think is the greatest country on the earth. I imagine you do as well. Otherwise, I don't think you'd probably choose to live here. Is that right?
I am a specialist in American politics, so I'm all in.
So you're all in. And so I hope that by the end of this seminar that these kids are feeling like, hey, you know what? Maybe there's some things that we don't like about the world, but it doesn't mean that it can't be fixed. And let's embrace the future.
When you started with her interview, you said the idea is to get them to be critical thinkers, how to assess what they're seeing and find a way forward to solve a problem.
Well, here's one thing I can give you that'll give you a little bit of hope. We run a simulation in the second week of class that I designed, and it's basically putting them in sort of a survival scenario. They're put into different groups, and they're given a certain set of rules, and the only goal of the simulation is to survive.
It's like a Walking Dead scenario.
Kind of a Walking Dead scenario.
More like homework games, we're calling it.
No, it's an in-class scenario, and then the first time we run it, by the end of the scenario, usually only about a quarter of the students survive. They turn on each other, they start fighting. And then at the end, after going through this course, we run it again, and almost everyone survives.
Well, that's good.
They understand the situation, but you see different kinds of behaviors emerging after we think about it. And when they go in, it's competitive, me first. Towards the end, you see a lot of self-sacrificial behavior, people putting the interest of the group ahead of themselves. It also helps that they put a little bit of weight on the end and they get a boost in their grade if they survive at the end.
If they don't die.
So that motivates them to be more altruistic. Like, I'll see students being like, okay, what's your grade in the class? I'll take the hit. You can survive. I'll protect you.
Brutal.
That's nice.
Beautiful. Yeah,
it's nice.
You have to be a student to see how you to take the class. Can I just show up and take the class?
Well, actually, they do have programs for people who want to come in and just take a class.
Nice. Okay.
As long as they're not leaving, hating our country, I think that it sounds like an interesting endeavor. Dr. Patrick Shetmer, Seattle University professor, thank you for coming in. We appreciate it.
Anytime.
All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around. Be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
Are your investment dollars working as hard as they should be? You've spent years building your future. Don't let outdated advice put it at risk. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. We're a veteran-owned firm proud to bring a new standard of financial care to the Seattle area. Our nationally recognized advisors are fiduciaries, ethically bound to put your interests first. That's the highest standard of care in the industry. As a privately held company, we answer to you, our valued clients, not shareholders. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a customized plan. From Bellevue to Tacoma, get advice you can count on. It's time to take a fresh look at your financial plan. Call Trajan Wealth, 206-656-3300. That's 206-656-3300. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter, dream bigger.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
It's G. Scott. School's back, and it's rally time. Time to rally around the campaign to keep kids healthy. Kids need fruits and veggies to grow strong and stay focused, but for families on tight budgets, that's not easy. Safeway and the Washington State Department of Health have teamed up and need your help. Every dollar you donate at Safeway checkout helps families in need. And with SNAP Produce Match, they get twice as much for the dollar. Next time you're at Safeway, please donate to keep kids healthy.
Do you know someone whose everyday actions make Washington stronger? Someone whose care, service, and connection lift us all. They're Washington's community champions, and WSECU wants to celebrate them this fall. Steve Rabel here. WSECU has been serving Washington since 1957, and they're the only credit union named Forbes' Best Credit Union 5 years running. Now it's your turn to get in the game. Nominate your Washington Community Champion today at mynorthwest.com/champion.
With Progressive's Home Quote Explorer, you can easily find the right home insurance for you, even if it's not with Progressive. But if you don't choose us, then sure, okay, it's not going to work out. We're not going to cry about it or stay awake wondering what our future together would have looked like. We can't get emotionally invested, even if it sounds like we are. Progressive's Home Quote Explorer allows you to easily compare home insurance rates and coverages in one place, even if it's not with us. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy. I love you. I shouldn't have said that.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Upgrade your home comfort and save 20% during the Bob's Heating preseason furnace sale. With great savings plus free financing on heat pumps, water heaters, generators, and more, our award-winning team has what you need to stay cozy this chilly season at a cost you're comfortable with. Voted best in the Pacific Northwest, we're honored to be your dedicated home comfort company since 1957. Call Bob's and save today.
Bob's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call Bob.
So what'll you have today? Vanilla, chocolate, strawberry?
When it comes to picking ice cream, there are lots of choices, and they all look and sound so good. Choosing a Medicare plan is a lot like that. So many options, all sound good. But if you pick a plan that's not right for you, there can be serious consequences. Hi, this is Herb Weisbaum, the Consumer Man. Open enrollment season is right around the corner, and you're going to be inundated with advertisements encouraging you to choose this Medicare Advantage plan or that one. Maybe the best choice for you is traditional Medicare. To make an informed decision, you need to do your homework. The Insurance Commissioner's Sheba program has a free Medicare Jumpstart Toolkit to get you started.
This is Insurance Commissioner Patty Kuderer. Our Medicare Jumpstart Toolkit has a checklist of 7 easy steps to help you decide which Medicare plan is right for you.
Order your free toolkit today at insurance.wa.gov. That's insurance.wa.gov. Or pick up a copy at your local library or senior center. Then go get an ice cream.
Homes are sitting, but the bottleneck is about to break. Set yourself up for success by working with a team that doesn't just set up your listings and let it sit. The Novak team creates a marketing strategy that's hands down proven successful. Mike sold over 1,500 homes and guarantees to sell your home in 21 days. If Mike doesn't get your home under contract within 21 days, he sells it for free. That is no commission for Mike. Go to meetthenovaks.com. That's meetthenovaks, NOVAKS.com.
A serial killer on the prowl for teen girls in the Pacific Northwest. At least 2 escaped.
She literally crawled out of her grave. Just a miracle that she survived.
Hear their stories. Follow Stolen Voices of Dole Valley now.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. The Mariners clubhouse knows it still has work to do after clinching the team's first division title in 24 years. Manager Dan Wilson.
And we got a lot more fun baseball ahead of us, so stay with us.
Mariners have a chance to clinch a first-round bye in the playoffs with one more win, and Cal Raleigh looks to keep adding to his MVP resume.
I don't know what to say. I'm just so happy. I love this team. I love the city. I love my parents. Thank you for being here.
Raleigh becomes just the 7th player in baseball history to hit 60 home runs in a season, the first catcher to do so. Now to the closing bell report. Starbucks is laying off 900 corporate workers and closing hundreds of stores. That includes their reserve roasteries on Capitol Hill and in Soto. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey has more from Capitol Hill. Walking up to Starbucks Seattle Reserve Roastery here on Capitol Hill, it's boarded up. A couple of workers told me they were notified this morning over the phone that they were laid off. They were also told that the boards were because they were making renovations. Little did they know it was because they were closing this location permanently. Here's one of those workers, Luis.
It feels a little unjust. Not even little. It just feels unjust. There was no real warning.
The company even removed the famous siren from the building. In Capitol Hill, Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio. Amazon reaches a $2.5 billion settlement with the Federal Trade Commission. The company was on trial in Seattle, accused of tricking customers into buying Prime memberships and making it hard to cancel. Amazon denies wrongdoing but says it will update its cancellation process. An executive order signed by President Trump concerns the sale of TikTok's U.S. operations. More from CBS's Aaron Navarro.
The White House says that is a qualified divestiture and that it will have American tech company Oracle be the ones to host Americans' user data from TikTok, reviewing the app's code and algorithm, which they say complies with the national security concerns from TikTok due to the app's parent company ByteDance being based in China.
At the close today on Wall Street, a down day. The Dow off 174, S&P lost 33, NASDAQ off 113. Turning now to the real-time traffic desk at 1:33. Here's Nate Connors.
Thanks, Aaron. This report brought to you by Wilcox Family Farm Eggs. In South Center, we've got a new collision, South 405 right at I-5. It's taking up the far right exit lane to northbound I-5. You're stacked up to State Route 167 right now. Bellevue to South Center is at 35 minutes. You've got more backups through Factoria. South 5 heading into Seattle slows near Lake City Way into downtown. Linwood to Seattle plan on 25 minutes. North 5 is getting crowded as you approach the West Seattle Bridge in the downtown. Down in Pacific, just a reminder, we've got our lane restrictions on northbound 167 near Ellingson Road. You're down to one lane, and you're sitting in about a 3-mile solid backup. Plan on 10 to 15 minutes to clear this. North 5 heading into Federal Way, heavy between the Fife Curve and State Route 18. Tacoma to Federal Way has about a 10-minute delay, and it's going to get busy here tonight. We've got the Hawks game at 5:15, the Mariners at 6:40. Fresh food comes from local farms. Check the package for healthier eggs with 3 times the omega-3s. Choose Wilcox Omega-3 eggs, locally fresh since 1909. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Forecast now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Mix of clouds and sunshine for today. Highs in the low to mid-60s. Right now 61 in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. Jason Rance from Seattle Red 770 joins us now. Jason, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Jason, if people are not checking SeattleRed.com every day, for shame, you're missing out on some great stories and great audio, which we're going to play for you in just a second. But there was a person gathering signatures in Bonnie Lake. Let's start there. And she was approached by a woman who did not like her gathering signatures and hates freedom, I guess. Tell us a bit about the story.
Yeah, so Let's Go Washington. They're collecting signatures for 2 initiatives on the ballot, one having to do with what is reportable between schools and parents, and the other that would effectively ban biological boys from competing against biological girls in sports. And they're obviously collecting signatures all across the state. A woman named Melissa, who's on my show today at 5:15, she was at the Bonnie Lake Walmart collecting signatures when a number of different people started to show up at random, harass her, bully her, try to get in the way of the signatures.
I thought you were having the priest on. I apologize for my jaw just literally hit the floor.
Yeah.
Priest? What priest?
I'd love to talk to the quote-unquote priest.
Yeah, this is the harasser in question.
Who decided to approach this poor woman
By the way,
curse at her.
Harasser in question is the short name with Hick. Is a nice shorten out. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so you have video up on SeattleRed.com. People can go see this there. We're going to play you some of the audio now. It is outrageous. This poor woman who's gathering signatures, just sitting there. It's her right to do this. It's one of the wonderful things about our country is you can gather signatures for something you believe in. Yep. That's great. And this woman comes up to her, like you're saying, claims to be a priest.
Yeah,
she's a member of the cloth. Is that what she's saying? And then
you can get those by mail these days and over the internet.
You could be Episcopalian.
They don't go that high. They've lowered the bar. I got one, so trust me.
There you go.
All right. Well, if you're in the market for somebody to marry you at your future wedding, I don't know if you want to hire this lady.
Are you sure you want to do that?
Here's what she sounds like. Listen to this.
You know, the one where they're concerned about schools, go ahead, accepting children as they are. Because I want to make sure I get my name on that one.
This one here is about the schools, if you want to read over it.
Yes, because let me tell you what that's really about. If you don't know, you inbred hillbilly bull. You know what that's really about?
Again, what church is she at? I guess it doesn't matter.
Boys like Marcus, who the only place he was accepted was at school. He found a little acceptance from his teachers. At home, he couldn't take another beating. But don't worry about him, because he killed himself at 19. He couldn't take another beating from the very people who were supposed to love and protect him. And there isn't a day goes by I don't think about that child. No relation to me, but I'm a priest, and that story was brought to me. And people like you who spew hatred against others because of that genitalia.
This does protect kids.
No, that's what it's about.
It does protect
kids. Because
again, this lady's she's collecting signatures as part of the initiative process to get it on the ballot, so that so she's saying biological boys and girls sports. That's what she's collecting signatures about.
One of the 2 initiatives.
One of the 2. Yeah.
The other one is about the restoration of the Bill of Parents' Rights?
Parents can be
Parents' Bill of
notified.
Rights.
Yeah, absolutely. And, okay, I'm just trying to get my bearings. This lady's coming in hard.
Teachers and schools accept the child's pronouns as they are. That's what you're doing, is spreading hatred against children. How dare you in all of your magnificent white glory? You certainly know what it is to be oppressed and marginalized. Who would know better than you?
By the way, the fake priest lady, white lady. Just FYI.
Yeah, blonde lady.
I do not agree with crimes against children.
Also, I'm just going to go out on a limb here. I don't know this to be true. Sounds like a 2-pack a day smoker. If I had to
Only
guess.
2? It could have been more. I don't know that that's the case, but that could
Somebody's
be the
got to
case.
stand up for tobacco here. Hold on.
Yeah. She's not there on behalf of Big Tobacco, is she?
At all, ever.
Really?
Or
But
abuse
yet
against
you
children,
are
I don't.
out here spewing hatred towards a group of children who are already experiencing it every day of their lives. Can you imagine what it must be like to be the parent of a child who happens to be transgender and have to send them out in the world every day with people like you? I am so angry, I'm shaking.
She literally in the video is shaking.
Yeah. Could be the mental illness, but sure.
She's very, very upset.
She's very angry.
So when you talk to the signature gatherer today, was she convinced to stop gathering signatures?
No,
or-
she'll be there tomorrow.
She'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah, she'll be there tomorrow, and obviously encourages people who want to sign this particular initiative or either of these. If you happen to be in Bonnie Lake at the Walmart, she'll be there in the morning.
Yeah. What do you think the point of the lady standing over her and cursing
There
at
is
her
a clear
and shaking at her
and
was
very
trying to do?
obvious point here, and it's not just this woman. There are folks online on Reddit giving out the addresses and times that the signature gatherers are there with the intent of blocking people from signing the petition. It didn't happen in this particular case with this woman, but there were others that the signature gatherer told me about and has photos of individuals stealing petitions that had been signed, destroying them after they had been signed. Police have had to be called. And it's not just, again, at this Bonnie Lake location. This is happening across the state. They're doing that because they don't want people to vote on it, because I think they know that if it were to go to a vote, it would almost certainly pass in Washington. The first time the Parents' Bill of Rights passed. And so it's likely to pass again. And on the girls' sports, every single poll, including here in Washington State, suggests that it would pass.
So if you are out there, are you actively looking for this priest? You'd love to get her on the show, I imagine.
I'd love to talk to her.
Yeah, you'd love to talk
about
to her.
God and
Well,
stuff.
don't hang out
Give her
at
an
a dentist
opportunity.
office because she's not going there.
She's definitely not going there.
Give her an opportunity to say her piece, not just yell it into somebody's camera. So if you are out there and this is your priest, listen closely. And
There's
so
no
this-
way she's a priest. Right.
Listen, I mean,
I refuse to believe
lie
this.
about that.
Hey, man,
Who
are
would
we
lie
getting
about being a priest?
a batch of ayahuasca, a nice little mud hut? You're a
Yeah.
priest.
we don't know
Boom,
where
you're a
she's
priest.
where she's pastoring.
As a parent of a trans child who genuinely every day worries about sending my kid out into a culture that has taken strides to vilify my child's community, I still would never bring myself to disrupt someone else's right to express their point of view, to gather signatures, a point of view that I'm opposed to.
Yeah,
It's a free
argue the policy if you want.
Or I'm also free to just walk past this petitioner and not give them my signature if I'm against their initiatives.
Sure.
You know, as was this lady. You know, we can have opposing views, and when you take that to the next 10 levels, to be disruptive, to vilify the people with an opposing viewpoint, that's what everybody's complaining about these days. We're always vilifying the other side. Thanks, Karen. Thanks, priestess, for stepping up and vilifying the other side. What's that get us? Sorry. I need to
How
smoke.
dare you?
How
What-
dare you?
How is it your business
Bobby
what
Weinstein.
somebody has in their pants? What genitalia they were born with, and who and what they choose to do with it?
By the way, I loved
How
her
is
as
that your business?
I loved her as the counselor in Beetlejuice. She was fabulous.
Well, you know
Sounds
what?
very stable.
She sounds like a real peach.
She sounds like someone who needs help and a hug. Let's give her
Well,
that.
I'm not hugging her. If you want to volunteer for that job, have at it.
And some Nicorette.
Let's
would
go-
be
let's
my
call her.
recommendation. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around. Let's do a walk down memory lane as we get ready for the Seahawks game tonight.
Yeah.
Let's play one of the most controversial calls in Seahawks history. We'll play it next. Stick around. We'll be right back.
The Closing Bell is brought to you by Trajan Wealth Management.
If you use carpool or toll lanes along SR 167, some things are about to change, and some things aren't. If you ride without a good-to-go account, you'll receive a bill in the mail. That is a change. Having Good to Go means it'll cost less than pay by mail. Not a change. Carpoolers will need a Flex Pass set to HOV mode to ride free. That's a change. A Good to Go pass saves you $2 on every toll. No change. Learn more at goodtogo167.com. Free Flex Passes while supplies last.
Hey, it's John Curley with some great news. If your home's heating or cooling is uneven, noisy, or expensive, listen up. The Quilt Ductless Heat Pump System from Home Comfort Alliance is changing the game. It gives you room-by-room control and next-gen efficiency, so you're only heating where you need it. That means real comfort and real savings, and every quilt system qualifies for max tax credits. Trusted for 50 years. Call the comfort people today at HomeComfortAlliance.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Health insurance is broken, but it doesn't have to be. That's why Scan Health Plan was founded as a nonprofit, so we can create Medicare Advantage plans that focus on the real needs of seniors. We've been people first since 1977, and we're here to make Medicare work hard for you. Because you deserve more than a broken system. You deserve a plan that fights for you. Visit scandifference.org to learn more. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these free books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
Considering selling your home or downsizing? Visit themadronagroup.com for no-obligation counsel. The Madrona Group's team of John L. Scott experts makes it easy, guiding you to best pricing and timing, maximizing your profit with smart technology and unparalleled integrity. 5-star reviews and industry best according to Zillow, Google, Yelp, Facebook, and Redfin. This Saturday, hear the Madrona Group's Jason Fox on KIRO News Radio's Home Matters. Maximize your home sale. Visit themadronagroup.com.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
Open enrollment for Medicare is coming up. Are you ready? Herb Weisbaum, the consumer man here. Get organized early with a Medicare Jumpstart Toolkit from the Insurance Commissioner's Sheba program. Order your free copy today at insurance.wa.gov.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed the musty smell in your home? I hope not, because damp smells mean that you could have a crawl space problem. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to waterproof your crawl space and get to the root cause of the problem. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
All right, welcome back to the show. We got the Seahawks coming up in, 10 minutes? The Seahawks pregame starts at 2 o'clock sharp.
2 o'clock, yes, sir. Yep.
They're going to be playing in Arizona. We heard Nate doing a traffic reading for tonight. Game's not in Seattle, so I don't know if it's going to be super effective.
Mariner home game.
Well, he was also giving Seahawks traffic. I know he was. Yeah, he's a sweet guy. But
he's a great kid.
Yeah, we like him a lot.
He should wear a helmet more often. Just saying.
It got me thinking. I saw this yesterday floating around on X. There was a video going around yesterday, September 24th, 2012, which is actually 13 years ago, which is insane to me.
Yeah.
It sounds like, if you're old like we are, it sounds like just yesterday, but it was 13 years ago. The famous Fail Mary pass. Do you remember this?
I'm looking for myself in the video. This was.
Oh, were you at the game?
Right there. Yep.
Shut up.
You really can't see me.
Is that you in the jersey?
Seats, no, yeah, I'm the skinny guy on the outside of the formation.
Skinny guy. It was a long time
we
ago.
sat in the second row of the end zone under the goalpost in the closed end of the stadium for years, through all this entirety of this run.
All right.
And the camera doesn't quite catch us enough to show me there.
So what was so exciting about this game, obviously it was Monday Night Football.
Monday Night Football with the Packers.
The Packers, and there was the substitute refs because the referees were having that big referee spat with the league.
Yeah.
And they were all sitting out. And so they had all these substitute refs come in, and they had been kind of making some small-ish errors, and people were highlighting some of the errors.
It was subpar officiating.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it wasn't the A-team for sure.
Yeah.
It was definitely the backups. And then this play happened, and this is kind of credited with what got the NFL to go back to the bargaining table with the referees. Do you remember that?
I do.
I'm
glad they started a week later.
This was the play. It worked out in the Seahawks' favor, where they decided, all right, let's get the good refs back in here.
Moore is 6'6". They're on to the right. Takes the lone receiver to the left. The Packers playing at the goal line. As Wilson scrambles to keep it alive. The game's final play is a Wilson lob to the end zone, which is fought for by Tate with Jennings simultaneous. Who has it? Who they give it to? Touchdown!
Crazy.
One guy goes up, touchdown. The other said no time. Has to be looked at because it's a score.
One of the referees signals for a touchdown.
Yeah.
The other referee signals for a touchback.
Yeah, for signaling interception, yes.
And you're just sitting there going like, oh my gosh. And it's to decide the game.
Well, the play was, the Hawks are down 12-7, 8 seconds left on the clock. This is the final play of the game.
Yeah.
Still have an official down there in the pile looking.
It's Russell Wilson. Biggest play is under review.
You can't go to replay to determine who caught the ball. So that call has to be made on the field. You see the one guy go up touchdown and the other go timeout like it's a pick.
How does M.D. Jennings not get credit for the interception? I have no idea.
Because he didn't catch it.
This is
sorry.
deciding who wins the game on this call.
Further ado, the call on the field stands. Touchdown. Game is over.
Touchdown-ish.
Win in the...
And then they won the game. That was like probably the most controversial call that season.
Yeah, I would agree easily.
Yeah. But
a lot of people
phenomenal.
think Packer fans think of all time, but that's just Packer fans. But one of the I don't know who the commentators were on that, the analysts, but they said you can't go to the replay to make the call, and that's still the case today. Calls are made on the field. Review is either overturns a call or holds up a call. by review. That's how replay works in the NFL. That's why the call on the field is so paramount to all sporting events. And I'm a huge fan of live umpiring, live referees, but also, first and foremost, get it right. Get it right.
Well, no, unless it works in our favor, and then I'm fine with mistakes.
Get it right. And I love arguing this play because I still think that joint possession goes to they had joint possession, and when you look at it, regardless of who had 60%, 35% of control of the ball, they had joint possession, and Tate's feet hit the ground first. Both feet completing a catch. Tate's feet hit the ground first with joint possession of the ball. That's why it's a good call.
Very fast. The Seahawks are playing Thursday night football.
Thursday against the Cardinals.
Yeah. Who do you think's going to prevail? Who do you think's what's the final score? Predictions?
Hawks are on a bit of a roll. Cardinals are playing great football right now. I think the Hawks win it 24 to 23-17.
23-17? All right, I'm going to go 21-17.
Okay.
Hawks.
There you go.
I think they're going to win. They're looking really good this season.
They're feeling it.
This feels like a magical
Paul Moyer,
year in Seattle sports.
Paul Moyer, no. Paul Moyer stops at the door.
Paul Moyer's coming in for the next thing.
Paul Moyer stops at the door. Oh, by the way, happy 50th
Paul Moyer's
anniversary
coming in.
my friend.
Stay tuned for him and the rest of the folks. We got the Seahawks pregame coming up next. Enjoy the game tonight, folks. We'll be back.
Hey, how's your money situation? Are you ready for retirement? Well, if you want to know what the pros are doing to make wealth multiply and retire like royalty, then you need to listen to this show, Sound Path Through Retirement, with Ben Koval and Matt Leibarger. Get your money right and tune in every weekend, Saturdays at 10 a.m. and noon on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
A Chi and Ursula exclusive on KIRO Newsradio.
There it is, number 60, Cal Raleigh.
A guy did catch it. He gave it to this young boy in the stands. And we are joined by that boy's father, Galen Ruelos.
He caught it. He didn't have to do it. It was a complete random act of kindness to my son. You know, he's a 12-year-old, 6th grader, and just overcome with emotion. He starts bawling.
Hear the full conversation on the KIRO Newsradio app and KIRO Newsradio on YouTube.
If you use carpool or toll lanes along SR 167, some things are about to change, and some things aren't. If you ride without a Good to Go account, you'll receive a bill in the mail. That is a change. Having Good to Go means it'll cost less than pay by mail. Not a change. Carpoolers will need a Flex Pass set to HOV mode to ride free. That's a change. A Good to Go pass saves you $2 on every toll. No change. Learn more at goodtogo167.com. Free Flex Passes while supplies last.
KIRO News Radio.
Get on the YouTube channel.
We're live all day on YouTube. Every show, every day.
Hang out with us. The whole gang's there.
And you never know what you might see.
Back up the camera. Oh, my God.
Just search KIRO News Radio, then subscribe.
Hey, want to hear something great? Right now at Wendy's, you can get 2 of the #1 selling bacon cheeseburger in all fast food, the JBC, plus medium fries and a medium soft drink for just $8. Want to hear something else great? Double the burger means double the bacon. Now that's a game changer. 2 of the #1 bacon cheeseburgers with fries and a drink for just $8. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Individual items at regular price.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting. A teenager. Learning the lingo.
Today I'm going to help parents translate teen slang. Now, when a teen says something is on fleek, it's exactly like saying, that's rad. It simply means that something is awesome or cool. Another one is totes. It's exactly like saying totally, just shorter. As in, I totes love going to the mall with Becca. Another word you might hear is jelly. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will think you're, rad just the same. To learn more, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
The team that gave me back my full head of hair, Advanced Hair, is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. Dr. Perungo and his world-class team begin regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. And Advanced Hair guarantees your new hair will grow, just like they did for me. Find out why Advanced Hair is the best of the best. With your free consultation, you'll receive $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shelley Flace with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Kids are full of energy, but keeping them active in their teen years can be a challenge. Aim for an hour of physical activity every day. If they like sports, that's a great place to start. Keep the focus on fun, not winning, and encourage your child to do a variety of activities. If your child isn't meeting that 60-minute goal, gradually increase their activity in ways they enjoy. For more, talk with your pediatrician or visit healthychildren.org.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten, classics are remixed, bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. Northwest News. Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio.